Lingba ka cut motion persya ya ka grant number 8 naka list of demand for grants araja arpusan araja punrio bala wanra do ba kermenshla menteri ketenat excise ke sarkar jella hagas ngi bakhandai ka dorbar mangtingka jongka ying dorbar thawan ke jella kata haka khat artari ulber araja arpusan MLA ka voice of the people party no nongkram uba Ardent mala basayo maj ulakan tho jor ya ka sarkar jella bakar hab ban yo jing pentep na Assam Halor ka jing dan ka Jaka Shna Kyiad Beaiñ ha Umïam Kumban syukudau baya kate ke Jaka Shna Kyiad Beaiñ lalap ha ka artari ulber araja arpusan hadien ke jingkhanra ha Umïam batlat umroi ha shilanter ke Umïam bypass da ka tenat excise neribhoi district ha ka jingatrai lang bat ka Assam excise department kumjo ki bor pulit ke Umïam Kabla lam syakate ke jingkhanra ya ke Jaka Shna Kyiad Beaiñ kalau wan shwa lingba ke jinglap ke tenat excise ke Kamrup Metro Assam kabla yok kam ya ke troket Kyiad ka badon yo registration number AS Khatway AC khandai iwe saw na Khanapara hakaba da ka jing toket unong nya trok ulay thu baka Jaka Shna Kyiad Phareng Beaiñ ka don Umïam Ribhoi district Daka bapen pau baka day ka kam ya sala ne ka raket ka bahe uba Ardent ulapan jing pensyai nau menteri baki ki kendon pensitam lapen ngat ya ki badon keti
So, we have heard, not only once, that alcoholics have proudly claimed that they are the major contributors towards the revenue of the state. Yet the state government is showing the least concern for them. So I feel that this government is not doing enough to check and curtail the sale of illicit liquor. This will not only reduce the revenue generation of this department, so however, it will also put the lives of the consumers at risk. So what was happening very recently when the state police together with the Assam police raided a fake liquor factory in Umïam. This indicated the total failure of the excise department. So, I may ask a question. How on earth this is possible, sir? To operate an illegal and fake liquor factory almost in the heart of a state. So I was made to understand that this was not the second time that such raid took place to unearth the operation of fake liquor factory. And moreover, sir, I was told that the brands that they are making are the common brands that the people in our state is drinking. And let me inform this August House, sir, that I am a complete teetotaler, though I have a concern for those who used to drink liquor, sir. So, I am concerned about the health and life of those who drink spurious alcohol as it will affect their lives. So, I am sure that this is a racket that is happening under the very nose of the departments and the government. This happened in the proximity of the industrial area at Umïam, flouting all the laws. So it is amazing that such huge operations are running under the nose of excise and police department. So for the benefit of this August House, for someone to operate this factory, one needs an approval of Industries Department, the consent to establish from Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board, factories and boilers approval which ensures all safety norms are complied, consent to operate by the Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board once unit is ready to start, to ensure all pollution equipments extra are installed. So they also need and power approval from the MEECL. If it is a liquor manufacturing is involved, then Excise Department issues specific license to manufacture to ensure quality safeguard measures are taken by the unit. So, food safety standards administration is also needed in this case. Government of India issue NOC for any items related to human consumption to ensure units produce as per norms. And this inspection is being done once a year or even twice. So the question here is how this racket can take place. And I was also told that the information to the state government was given by the Assam police on this illegal operation. So may I know, therefore, sir, from the government, what action has been taken? What are the steps, whether the people involved in this crime have been taken to task or not? Because when they are flouting all the norms and laws, sir, then what happened? Everything that is there is illegal. Illegal shed, illegal equipments installed, illegal power either from MECL, brought outside people to run the plant, and ultimately making and producing spurious branded products. So, sir, this is very serious issue which I feel I need to get a clarification, a categorical clarification on the part of the government as to what action has been taken and why the government allow this type of racket to take place not only once but twice, as I've mentioned in my submission, sir. So with these few words, sir, I resume my seat.
Yakani kakat motion la kersan daw Dr. Mukul Sangma u MLA ke All India Trinamool Congress na songsak uberi noy alam kaliang persya hakaba ula terting yak jing penlong tamasa ringkat ke jing aimon bendi Kyiad ke bakta yaki khun samla.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to be specific on few points to raise the concern of everyone, including self. There are two things that I want to focus on to draw the attention of the Minister in charge. One is on the revenue part, another part is on the regulation part. Now, excise and also the value addition tax on the petroleum products. These are the only two things which we were able to keep outside the GST regime. We had done quite a substantial exercise in coming together as states and leave it outside the purview of the GST. However, now if we look at the whole overall mechanism of earlier tried and tested system, somehow I think new method of whole distribution of these products through the retailers have been adopted by the government. Earlier we had the bonded warehousing, then the retail outlets, and now we have the so-called, I don't know, if I'm correct, I think it is referred to as super bond or something. Whatever may be the name, the minister may enlighten us on these. So I would like to submit before the August House to enlighten us on this methodology of how the revenue is realized from each categories of those who are provided with this license at the top level, super bond, then next is the bonded warehouse, and also the retailers, the mode of collection, realization of the excise duty. Another part is, I have certain inputs earlier. Ministers should actually verify to this concern about some of the outstanding payable by some of the wine stores, the retail outlets, the retail licensee holders. So I would like to get a reply or information pertaining to this, because in respect of Form D6, as per the requirement of the FRBM Act, the declaration of any revenue raised or but not realized, we need to declare it for the House as per the mandate of the law. But here, in respect of excise, it doesn't show any. It doesn't reflect any indication of such outstanding. But I have reasons to believe that there were outstanding which were not realized. Therefore, it will be in the fitness of things, in the best interest of the state, that this revenue aspect is looked at. And if there were outstanding, when, since when, and who are those defaulters, and how these are not reflected here in this particular requirement, which make it binding on the government for providing this disclosure statement brought out in compliance to the conditions of fiscal transparency set out in the Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act and Rules 2006. Then another part is the regulation part. I remember we wanted to ensure that these wine stores are not established right on the bank of the roads, highways. We did lots of exhaustive deliberation, discussion. It was an uphill task, though, to convince everybody and take everybody on board. But we achieved that objective. Now, why we have gone back to the same thing, bringing the wine store closer and closer to the roads? And not only that, we were very sensitive to the need of the people who are the clienteles of these wine stores. But at the same time, the sentiments attached to the community, the people, the churches, the distance which was required to be maintained as per the rules. And sometimes you need to change the rule, amend the rules based on the sentiments and requirement and then overall public demand. That's what we tried to do in the past. But the government has been perceived as insensitive to this general demand of the people to see that the wine stores are not established near schools, to establish such wine stores as far as possible, as we did in the past. Even then, people were of the opinion that it was not enough. That's the reason why we say, okay, then let us look at setting a setback from the highway. So the wine stores which are established are not visible. Idea is to create to the extent possible, to reduce the chances of human temptation. Now the wine stores are established. It looks so lucrative. It looks like more like competing with many of the showrooms of high-end fashion designer houses. This is how it is being done. I would like to submit before this August House, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. Sir, anybody who wants to buy a bottle of liquor, or whiskey or whatever, he will find his way to the wine store. Nobody needs to tell him also. What is the need to bring it to the roadside? Anybody who drinks, if he is not yet satisfied, even after the normal time allowed by the department as per the rules, even then they will search for. That's why we have so many other illegal. Some people are making livelihood out of that also. But then, how far we can regulate? How far we can minimize? When we watch movies, when we watch any serials, entertainment programs, if there is any scene which has display of intake of alcohol or alcohol consumption, it is written, consumption of alcohol is injurious to health. To dissuade. Now, therefore, all these measures were taken. Making the long story short, all these measures were adopted from that perspective. Why was it changed? Can we not do it again? I remember when we decided on this in the cabinet, we had an exhaustive discussion amongst the members of the cabinet. Everybody expressed the concern of people who are engaged in this business. But if we see the realization of excise duty have never fallen. It will go on increasing. I used to tell people, somebody asked me, sir, tell me which is the sector I would like to invest. I would like to invest, huge inheritance, multi-million dollars. But the guy wanted to know. And I said, there are three things where one will not go wrong when we establish any manufacturing unit for food. Food will always be in demand. In fact, the demand will be always in ascending order. This is what we have seen during the pandemic. Then another one is medicine. Wherever there is a pharmacy, once the doctors prescribe, patient party will go buy, if it is not there in the hospital pharmacy. And health challenge is always there, therefore demand for medicine will be always there. And third one is the alcohol. But just because these, now what we see is that we are trapping the entrepreneurs. The government is trapping, the department is trapping the entrepreneurs. How? By allowing too many licenses. Young boys, after completion of their education, after they try to raise their family, no possible avenues of other entrepreneurship, somebody will advise them, take a wine store license. Everybody is applying and everybody is being given. What is this? Where is the regulation? Earlier we put some kind of rider that NOC from this disease, including local MLA. What happened to this? Why aren't these particular riders not taken cognizance of? Now, how many wine stores are established in respective constituencies? Nobody knows. It has become like some kind of, tier counter. This is something which is not inconsistent with the core values of the people of the state. The riders are needed to demonstrate that. And not only that, now I went to Ampati recently. I met some of the boys who have been given license for retail wine stores. In Beaiñ, where there were only one during my time, I have represented Ampati 5 times, 25 years. Ampati continued to have only one wine store. Subsequently, in 2016, we gave one more, so it became 2, district capital. Only 2 wine stores. Now you go and see how many wine stores left and right. Now the guys, mothers, when the son is asking money, mother is giving money, sister is giving money after establishment. Now they don't have money to renew their license because sales are not. Because instead of 5 wine stores, there are already 15 wine stores. In Beaiñ, where there was only one store which closed down because of lack of clientele, subsequently we had only one in 2017-18. Now there are 9 wine stores. Now the wine store, these license holders are not being able to pay the rent of the shop. That's why I'm saying it is a trap. These young entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, they thought this is a good lucrative business because they have shown others showing success stories, but now it is being trapped. So it is the job of the government to regulate business. If the scales of business growth indicates that yes, there is a need to have one more retailer, give it. Have a due diligence. What is the factor which is somehow making the government so prompt in giving too many licenses? What is the factor? Is there any factor which somehow made the government so willing and so prompt in giving wine license after wine license? I know there is a reason. But that should not be the weapon which should influence our core values, our ideologies, our sense of responsibilities. Therefore, I would like to urge upon the government, from now on, no more wine store licenses should be given anymore. Allow these people. They are paying you tax. And they are already failing. They are already closing their shop. Our people don't have that much of money, that much of investable reserve. We are trapping our innocent budding entrepreneurs. I am serious on this, and therefore, please take cognizance of this sentiment. I'm speaking on behalf of the people of the state. Then another one. Look at the regulation. You have all those facilities all across the globe. wherever there is no prohibition. There are states who have adopted prohibition, obviously because of the reasons associated with unregulated consumption of alcohol. I'm not talking about the spurious drinks. That is also one issue. But this one, any bar license holder, before entering, is there a regulation to indicate as to who should be allowed to enter that bar? That eligibility criteria from the perspective of age, minor children entering into some of the areas where liquors are being sold left and right. A serious concern. These festivals, take example of the Megong festival in Baljek. All these things are available in visuals, in social media platform. What is the narrative of sensible people of our community? Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, this is never allowed as per the law. This is never allowed as per the rule. Whoever is entering that area has become a wine store kind of thing, like a bar. Left and right, there are, areas where liquors are being sold without any regulation. Children of 13 years, 14 years, 15 years, 16 years, girls after the whole festival, slipping in the drain. All this social media goes viral. That is the branding that we want to have for the state. This is how we want to identify our Megong festival. This is how we want to promote. All the drinkers will come. All the gamblers will come. Not good people. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, it's a very serious issue. You are asking that much of money for whom? For the employees? Deputy Commissioner is there who actually facilitates all these license proposals. Are not they guided by the rules? The government must come up with a further amendment of the rule if this rule is not enough. Another part is that every festival, wherever sale of liquor is allowed, it must be regulated by rule. The eligible criteria, the entry point must be regulated. People who are not eligible to consume alcohol from the age perspective, they must not be allowed to enter. You have a festival, children are going inside, underage young boys and girls are going inside. So the wrong has become right in the eyes of the people. Now, who is going to tell that this is wrong? That's why I'm saying that this is wrong. What we are doing is not correct. I expect the government to correct it. I don't think I need to lengthen my submission before this August House. But this is something which is a serious issue. Otherwise, we will have a movement to ensure that we bring prohibition in the state. We respect people who drink, but we also know how to regulate. Self-regulation. Who doesn't drink? Many of us drink. We have the tradition of Wangala. We know how to drink. But then it is not that now you have a regulation, you have a rule. Uncle and parents will not be having the courage also to enter to those kind of festivals. Therefore, I seek, before this demand is passed, an assurance from the minister that all these which are part of my submission, and besides this, which are also connected directly or indirectly with regulation, must be adhered to, and necessary appropriate rule must be put in place, and at the same time, whatever rule is already there must be further strengthened. And with these few words, I once again support this cut motion, and I hope the minister has taken cognizance of these serious issues.
Nakaliang uba kermen shla haba juba ula pediangai kajing ai jingmut ki dikot nakaliang persya kabalapen long yo ba Ardent ban weng no ya ka cut motion but ailat ya ka take a grant ban menjur da ka ying dorbar.
Mr. Speaker, sir, at the outset, I would like to thank the Honourable Member, Shri Ardent Miller Busayomait from Nongkrem constituency, and Dr. Mukul Sangma, Leader of Opposition, for the interest has taken to highlight the style and function of the Excise Department and for the valuable inputs placed before this August House today. In the course of my reply, it shall be my endeavor to respond to the important points raised by the Honorable Member. The Excise Department is one of the major revenue earning departments of the state. The revenue collected annually differ from year to year depending on the consumption pattern and buoyancy of the market. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, the Excise Department, Government of Meghalaya regulates, control and monitor manufacture, possession, import, export, transport, scale and consumption of liquor and other intoxicants. The statutory powers for which are discharged under the Meghalaya Excise Act, Assam Excise Act 1910 as adopted and amended by Meghalaya, and Meghalaya Excise Rules, Assam Excise Rules 1945 as adopted and amended by Meghalaya. The department strives to achieve the twin needs of preventing the manufacture, supply, and distribution of illicit, counterfeit, spurious, and non-duty paid intoxicants, and also attaining the full realizable revenue potential of the state. The main function of the department includes: number one, administration of the Meghalaya Excise Act and Meghalaya Excise Rules, Assam Excise Act 1910 and Rule 1945 as adopted and amended by Meghalaya. 2. Formulating, enforcing and monitoring the policy matters of the Excise Department. 3. Collection of duty and fee from excisable articles. 4. Grant of licenses for manufacture and production of spirits, IMFL, beer, wine. 5. Grant license for bottling of IMFL, beer, wine. 6. Grant license for wholesale and retail sale, IMFL, beer, wine, BIO. 7. Renewal of licenses. 8. Brand registration for sale in the state of Meghalaya. 9. Regulates the issue of permits passed for the removal and transport of liquor. 10. To conduct intensive raids, detect cases, and prompt action on complaints. Sir, duties of the department. Number 1, formulating policies for the state of Meghalaya. 2, administration of the state excise department. 3, licensing with sanction of the state government. 4, budget and accounts. Implementation highlights online payment. Adoption of online payment gateway has not only simplified the procedure of paying duty for the licenses, but has improved realization and reconciliation of revenue collected. Number 2, homemade wine policy. The state being one of the few in the country with a policy supporting the manufacture and sale of non-grape wine made from local fruits. This has directly benefited the farmers, local entrepreneurs, and winemakers of the state. 3, integrated excise management system, IEMS. The integrated excise management system will not only extricate the department in manual collection of information, but it will lead to real-time tracking on finished goods for unaffected control of the excise ecosystem in order to increase revenue and stop any leakage. Licensing procedure. The procedure relating to licensing of country spirit shop is dealt with the accordance with Rule 178 to 227 of the Assam Excise Rule 1945 as adopted, with licensing of bottling units, brewery, bonded warehouses, retail IMFL, outlets, bars, and canteens are regulated under 272 to 292 of the Assam Excise Rules 1945 as amended from time to time. Apart from the above, the licensing procedures are also defined under the standing instructions relating to liquor, the Assam Bonded Warehouse Rule 1965 and the Assam Distillery Rules, all of which have been adopted by the state government. In keeping with the sentiments of the people of the state, licenses for sale or storage of liquor are not issued whenever there are genuine objections. The salient features taken into consideration while processing cases for issue of licenses includes: number one, location of any proposed liquor shop should not be in the vicinity of educational institution or place of worship, Rule 183. 2 persons of dubious character or habitual offenders, including defaulters, will not be considered for grant of license to deal in liquor, Rule 219. 3. Licenses are issued after establishing by a local inquiry that the proposed action is necessary in the interests of the public. Sir, case relating to transfer of and shifting of license premises are dealt with under Rule 191, 233 and 234 respectively, while cases relating to cancellation or suspension of existing licenses are proceeded with in accordance with the provisions specified under Section 29 of the Act. So, number of licensed premises. IMFL for sale by retail shop in the state is supplied by the bonded warehouse. The breakup in the number of licensed premises of bottling plants, brewery, bonded warehouse, IMFL retail shop, bar, canteen, and country spirit or outstill up to February 2025. District-wise are as follows. Sir, East Khasi Hills District, 14 bonded warehouse, 210 wine shop, 74 bar. Riboy, 11 bottling plants, brewery or distillery, 6 bonded warehouse, 89 wine shop, 13 bar. West Khasi Hills, 2 bonded warehouse, 17 wine shop, and 2 bar. Southwest Khasi Hill, 17 wine shops, 2 bar. Eastern West Nil, West Giant Hills, 8 bonded warehouse, 51 wine shop, and 4 bar. East Giant Hills, 5 bonded warehouse, 5 bonded warehouse, 64 wine shops, and 3 bar. North Garo, 3 bonded warehouse and 43 wine shop. East Garo Hills, 4 bonded warehouse and 49 wine shops, and 1 bar. West Garo Hills, 8 bonded warehouse, 213 wine shops, and 6 bar. South Garo, 3 bonded warehouse and 39 wine shops. Southwest Garo Hills, 4 bonded warehouse and 62 wine shops. Detection of cases. Adequate measures have been taken to combat the menace of illicit liquor. Intensive raids and checking have been carried out in the interior as well as the towns and suburbs. In Shillong, raids have often been conducted under the full glare of the media to promote transparency and accountability in the system, which to a large extent produce successful result in minimizing the rampant sale of illicit liquor. The number of cases detected during the last 5 years is as follows. 2020-21, 1,538 were raided, 396 cases registered, 316 persons arrested, 278 cases disposed, 3,77,290 amount of fine. 2021-22, 1,418 were raids, 324 cases registered, 266 persons arrested, 341 cases disposed, 4,72,160 amount fine. 2022-23, 7,510 raids, 1,177 cases registered, 677 persons arrested, 576 cases disposed, 7,88,210 amount of fine. 2023-24, 3,642 raids, 724 cases registered, 414 persons arrested, 404 cases disposed, 6,30,800 amount of fine. 2024 to February 2025, 3,978 raids, 518 cases registered, 263 persons arrested, 259 cases disposed, 4,56,137 amount of fine. Sir, demand power in our departments is headed by the Commissioner of Excise and assisted by the Joint Commissioner of Excise, Deputy Commissioner of Excise, Assistant Commissioner of Excise, Superintendent of Excise, Deputy Superintendent of Excise, Inspectors of Excise, Assistant Inspectors of Excise, Head Excise Constables, and as well as ministerial staff. In the district, the Excise Department is headed by Deputy Commissioner Excise, who is the administrative head of the district and assisted by either a Deputy Commissioner of Excise or Assistant Commissioner of Excise, and or Superintendent of Excise or Deputy Superintendent of Excise, Inspector of Excise, Assistant Inspectors of Excise, Head Excise Constables, and ministerial staff. At the sub-divisional level, the Excise Department is headed by the sub-divisional officer, Civil, who is the administrative head of the Civil Sub-Division. He is assisted by Inspector of Excise, Assistant Inspectors of Excise, Head Excise Constables, Excise Constable and ministerial staff. The present sanction strength of the department comprises of Commissioner of Excise 1, Joint Commissioner of Excise 1, Deputy Commissioner of Excise 1, Assistant Commissioner of Excise 3, Chemical Examiner 1, Assistant Analyst 1, Superintendent of Excise 9, Deputy Superintendent of Excise 8, Inspector of Excise 43, Assistant Inspector of Excise 41, Head Excise Constable 30, Excise Constable 210, Office Superintendent 1, Upper Division Assistant 11, Lower Division Assistant 33, Typist 3, Stenographer 1, Driver 21, Grade 4 Staff 30, Duff 3 1, a total number of 450. Government have taken steps to streamline and strengthen the excise administration in the headquarters and its subordinate offices by posting the officers at appropriate levels to the different district and sub-divisional headquarters. Excise revenue, sir, measures have been taken to enable the department to streamline and rationalize the duty structure comprehensively, leading to additional revenue gains to the state. Besides excise duty, the revenue is collected in the form of license fee, excise duty, import pass fee, transport pass fee, export pass fee, fines from confiscation, extra. The revenue collected during the last 5 years, 2020-21, 375.38 crores, 2021-22, 307.99 crores, 2022-23, 365.16 crores, 2023-24, 458.19 crores, and 2024 till February 2025, 505.05 crores. These are the amount collected. With the emergence of many bottling units, breweries, distilleries, homemade wines licensed by the government in the state, the department is in the process of setting up its own laboratory with qualified technical personnel to test, check and analyze sample of liquor to ensure quality control throughout scientific analysis. Sir, as been mentioned by the Honorable Member, Shri Ardent regarding with the raid has been conducted recently. Yes, sir, it's true, there's a raid has been conducted recently, but it's a joint raid conducted by the neighboring state with the excise department. So when it comes to that, sir, so the person involved in that will be penalized, sir, as per rules. And regarding the electricity, so MECL has filed a FIR against the illegal hooking of electricity, sir. That action has been taken. So the excise department, both as have been mentioned, is a combined raid between the neighboring states. The detailed report was submitted by SE Nongpo, and all item has been confiscated, sir. So these are the reports which we have received regarding with this raid which has been conducted recently. Yes, sir, no doubt, seeing all these conditions, that's why we try to come out with this with the IEMS system. This will monitor, sir, from end to end so that there will be no such kind of thing will be practiced in our state. So we are trying, and I believe that within a matter of time, so we will come up with this system so that it will monitor from end to end, right from the bottling until the retail shop. This is the action has been taken by the department so that this kind of practice will not be there, sir, in our state. Regarding with the outstanding, sir, as of now, there's no more outstanding because action has been taken and the excise duty has been collected in advance. So that is what we have done at present. So regarding with too many wine shops, sir, just to highlight the house, sir, that regarding with this, yes, no doubt. I remember the last time the leader of opposition here has been mentioned that there are too many wine shop has come out in the state. So at present, we try to come out with a system that we will try to figure it out. Wherever there is too many wine shop in one location, we will not list any more wine shop, and we'll try to find a way how, with a proper mechanism, that we can stop and not issue more license to one location, so that the existing wine shop, the owner especially, they will have a chance to earn. Because knowing that too many wine shops will not help them and it will hamper their sale. So with this, as of now, we stop all the license, either the bonded warehouse and even the wine shop. As of now, it has been stopped for temporarily, until and unless we come out with a new system and a new mechanism so that we can help and then we can come out with a new license. So that is my reply, sir. So if the honorable member is satisfied with my reply, sir, I would like to request to kindly withdraw the cut motion and pass this demand for grant. Thank you.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, before the mover of the cut motion shares his mind. Now, regarding revenue, I've been informed. I think the House has been informed. Now, the concern that I have flagged before this August House through this cut motion is the Minister has indicated that wherever there are wine stores which are considered as enough based on the business, but practically we know that our youth, in absence of any other means of business, they are looking this as an option without actually evaluating the market sustainability. Therefore, many of them will actually fail. They are providing license fee every year. So we have to protect their interests. Once you have given that much, keep it for some kind of moratorium for some time. Do some due diligence and look at how they are able to, whether they are able to survive, withstand the competition or not yet. This is one part. We must be honest in our attempt to promote entrepreneurship. And another one is the issue of involving MLS, the members of this August House, to determine the processing of permission for license. This was done for all these years. Only this government has done away with this. Now you have to give space for our people representing the sentiment of the community. Where will they go? They will go to the MLA. So MLA will appropriately articulate as true representative of the people. This is necessary to strike a balance. Officers will be always under pressure. We know. I asked some of the officers, why did you keep on giving this licensing, this recommendation? They said what to do. Phone comes from the headquarters. So what does it indicate? We all know. Let us not go into the details. We all know. Therefore, involve the MLS. MLS will know. Yeah, this is enough. There is a sentiment of the people of this particular area. We will articulate. You will be insulated. Otherwise, you will get pressure all the time. Issue this file. Clear this file. This is what is happening. I know for certain that minister, even though he doesn't want to clear, he's clearing. This is a fact. Let us not deviate from the reality. But therefore, my submission is that please involve the MLS. Let MLS be there, and MLS NOC must be considered indispensable before giving recommendation for setting up of establishment of new wine store. I want a categorical assurance from the minister in this regard.
Mr. Speaker, sir, in that regards, if the permits as per rules, we'll look into it. What was the practice previous government has been mentioned by the LO. So we'll look into it. If it was practice and if it is allowed, we'll try to find ways and means how to take care and then involve the MLAs. Thank you, sir.
No, it was practice. I am in this August House for 7th time now.
Yes, sir. I don't know. That's why I said
that's why.
We'll look into it, sir.
So it is an assurance.
If it is practice and if it is the
It
rules
has been
allowed,
practice, so
so
it is
we
an
will try
assurance.
to find
Thank
a
you.
way out, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Sir, it will be very difficult for me to accept the clarification given by the Honorable Minister, especially when it comes to the action taken to those involved in that racket. Because the Minister simply says that it has been penalized according to the provision of the law. So I just want the Minister to give a more elaborate reply as to what action, the quantum of action. Since we were told that this is not the first time, maybe he's a habitual offender. So therefore the quantum of action taken by the government should be made clear in this August House, sir.
Sir, as have been mentioned, all the confiscated articles were seized, and the department, yes, sir, and the people, those who are involved in this illegal production of IMFL, and all involved will be booked as per law. So, I have mentioned, sir, they will book as per law.
So may I get a clarification from the Honorable Minister, whether they have been booked or they will be booked?
They have been booked, sir.
Okay, so I beg to withdraw this motion.
Habatin, pej bahagi kishab, kashab plus F.
Ka plus F?
Hakabam bangibam dunaki eki bataye kamet. Namar kata habathiru atau kau kamlu ka umpunyang kadut pej ya kashab plus F haka jingsom. Yaki nutrient kumki vitamin bat ka ayan la aikan diat bat ka bathau bha kam kta ika dur jingki marbam ka jing mat lani ka rukom shed yaki balehi banai kita kadon ka we ka jing mentoy ba kongsan ka kot ka Kyiad ka nutrition ba khambha ka jing im ba khambha pendon kam daki marbam medon ka sharp plus F menta kasni
Lawan Ra Shapi Lingba ko office jong Commissionerate of Food Safety Meghalaya.